Alright, what's going on guys? So today I'm going to be making a video on the 5 things that I don't like, or that I hate really, about my WRX after 6 years of ownership. So let me just start off by saying that I actually really love my car. I've had not a lot of problems at all. It's been very reliable, and overall I've just had a really great ownership experience. But there are these few things that really just annoy me about the car, and they make me think about wanting something else every once in a while. So the first thing that really annoys me and that I don't like is the fact that there's no 6th gear. Yes, the car is a 5-speed, as you may know. It was a 5-speed up until 2015 when they released the new one that has a 6-speed. The reason it's annoying is that if you're going in the freeway, you're going like 70, 80, you're just cruising. The car is just at like 35, 4,000 RPM, and it's not ideal. It's a little loud, it's not pleasant, and yeah, I'm just not a fan. It makes the car not very good for long drives or just freeway cruising above 60, 70 miles an hour. So I'd really like it if my car was a 6-speed. It'd just make things a little bit better. And there's actually one upside, believe it or not, to having a 5-speed, is the fact that the 0 to 60 on the 5-speed is a bit lower, I think almost like half a second lower than on the 6-speed models, and is actually funny because between like a 2013 WRX and a 2013 STI, the WRX is actually a faster 0 to 60 by probably around like 0.3 seconds or something. I know the WRX does around 4.8 to 0 to 60, and I think the STI from a similar generation is around 5 seconds. So it's a little bit faster to 60 just because you shift one less gear. In the 6 speeds, I'm pretty sure you hit 60 in 3rd gear, so you have to shift one more gear. Alright, so moving on to the next thing that annoys me about the car is the seats. Yes, they look really cool. I love how they look. I like the fact that they're like a one-piece seat. They don't have removable headrests. I think it gives it a really good look. But for some reason, they're just uncomfortable for me. Now, I think it's the fact that there's a lack of lumbar support. There is no controls for that. And they could be a little bit longer on the base of the seat where your thighs go. There could be a little bit more thigh extension. And overall, I just find my back hurting after driving for long periods in the car, and it's just not very fun. So like I said, it's not really a problem with short drives, but if you were to do longer trips with the car, I think you would probably notice it in your lower back. I definitely do, and it definitely annoys me. Moving on from that, the next thing that annoys me about the car is the gas mileage. Now, this is a performance car, so it's kind of hard to complain about gas mileage, but it is something that's going to annoy you if it's going to be your daily driver, and it is my daily driver and has been for the last 6 years. So I think I have the right to complain about this. Especially now with gas almost at $4 for premium, it is kind of annoying only getting 20 miles per gallon when you have something like a GTI that will get, higher 20s. Now, if you're going the freeway, I think you can definitely average around 24, 25 on longer freeway trips, which is decent, it's not bad. But in the city, you are gonna be looking at around 19, 20. And I even have a friend who's had a WRX longer than I have, and he consistently has always averaged about 17. So it really depends on your driving. I am not an aggressive driver at all. I'm very easy on the throttle, and I shift pretty low. Even still, I average about 21 miles per gallon. Mixed driving. And then again, this isn't really a problem if you're not going to daily drive, but if you are going to daily drive this car and commute it every day, then keep that in mind. You're going to be spending some money on gas, especially because all WRXs only use premium gas. Alright, moving on to the next point. This car kind of sucks in traffic, I'll be honest. Now, the only way to get a WRX, in my opinion, is with a manual, and my model, specifically the 2013 model, only came with a manual. And that's not really the problem here. The problem here is that in traffic, my car just has a heavy clutch and also a very sensitive throttle. Now, I've gotten used to it after many years of driving it. I don't even really think about it at all. But if you're in traffic, in stop and go traffic, bumper to bumper, it really starts to just hurt your leg, and it's just not very pleasant. Whereas if I drive something like my friend's GTI, which is a manual also, if I drive that in traffic, it's not really bad at all. It's very light and easy to maneuver the clutch and the gas and all that. But for some reason with the WRXs, at least my one in particular, just has a heavy clutch. I don't know. It does get old. And to be honest, this affects my life a good amount, considering the fact that I live in LA. And I usually try to stay home just because I don't like driving in traffic so much with this car. It sucks. It really does. So the last final point that I'm going to go over is the interior. The interior kind of sucks in this car. There's not a lot of features. The speakers suck. A lot of hard plastics around the interior. And compared to other cars in the class like the GTI, even a base model GTI from that same model year is a lot nicer to spend time in. Now, there are basic things like USB port, aux, and Bluetooth, which is great, but there isn't really much besides that. I know if you go up to the limited trim, you do get stuff like leather seats, heated seats, moonroof, stuff like that. But even just the base model, it really doesn't have anything which I think it should. The interior quality is really the main thing that would motivate me to get a new car, just because it's not very luxurious at all. And honestly, it just feels very cheap and dated, which makes sense considering the fact that aside from the engine and the turbo, the car is pretty much just a 2008 Subaru Impreza. So aside from the performance stuff, at the end of the day, it really just is a basic economy car. Now I know with the new WRX, I think they handle a lot of this stuff. The interior is a lot nicer in those. I've driven those and it's definitely a lot better than the previous generation that I have. But for $25,000 in 2013, I should have had a better interior. Aside from that, like I said, the car has been great, no real issues, and I still love the car to this day, and I've been very happy with my ownership experience. And I've made another video going over 6 years of ownership, talking about reliability and a bunch of other stuff, so go check that out if you haven't already. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for a lot more WRX content. I'll see you later.